Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Be Blindsided. Today I'm going to be talking about a mini series on Hulu. It's called The Act, and it has audio description. So that's one of the main reasons that I chose to do this one. It's got 8 episodes, and if somebody has never heard of The Act, it is about the whole Gypsy Rose situation with her mother and everything. So it pretty much starts out in Missouri, where they are moving to because they are Katrina survivors. And Habitat for Humanity has built them a house, and it's all handicap accessible because Gypsy Rose is you assume that she's got cancer, muscular dystrophy, just all kinds of medical issues. And with her having these issues, they get a lot of help. That's why Habitat for Humanity built them the house to move into. And this show is very different. If you've never heard of the Gypsy Rose trials and all that, okay. So it's her mother, Dee Dee, and Gypsy, and their last name is Blanchard. And the mom is lying about everything. Even Gypsy didn't even know really how old she was until she was I believe 21 years old. And the show, they've got neighbors and everything, and the neighbors are nice, because, Gypsy's disabled and, needs all this medical attention. She's allergic to sugar and, just crazy stuff. And, this is, an actual condition. It's called Munchausen by proxy. And this whole time, the girl has got a feeding tube. And I can relate to that because I have had a feeding tube. And those things are no joke. To even remove it hurts. They have to flush it every so often and everything like that. Well, Dee Dee is taking Gypsy to all these appointments and everything like that. So, more than likely, Dee Dee is administering medications into her feeding tube to make her appear slow. And sorry if anything that I say offends anybody. It's not what I'm trying to do. But, Gypsy gets to the age that she's curious in men, which is, normal. She's hitting that mile marker. So, and I'm going to tell you what, Gypsy's slick because she was able to steal the money from her mama, get a cell phone, and also a laptop. And, she starts on this Christian dating site that her neighbor actually told her about. And so she gets on. It's like ChristianDatingForFree.com or something like that. Haha, Christian dating. So she meets a boy by the name of Nicholas. And I'm just going to call him Nick. It's easier. And Nick Godejohn is, on this website, and they start talking. And they talk for quite a while. And they consider, them boyfriend and girlfriend for a couple years. And then, Gypsy is wanting to get out. Now, she has tried to get out before in the show. And, of course, Dee Dee found her. And she told the man that Gypsy was with that Gypsy was only 14. However, she was not. But Gypsy didn't. She believed her mama. Because, most people are raised, mama knows best. And in most cases, that's true, but not in Gypsy's. So, this is a really interesting show to watch. Like I said, it's only got 8 episodes, but they're pretty long. And it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. I mean, you find out in the show that Gypsy has now realized, she can walk. So she sneaks to walk. And, her mama did catch her a couple times. And, she was punished because she's not supposed to be walking. If she gets caught walking, that's going to mess up, their cash cow. So they get into an argument, and Gypsy and Nick are still like a couple, and they tried to kind of like make it like to where they're meeting for the first time at a movie theater in Missouri. He's from Wisconsin, Big Bend, Wisconsin. And so he gets down there and goes to the movies and tries to meet her like that, like they've met for the first time. However, that's not true. And Dee Dee did not like this guy. She flipped out. She's like, stay away from my daughter. He's a pedophile. All this crap. But they end up, they're still talking and all this. Well, it comes up where Gypsy, in all reality, she has had enough of her mama's crap. They have been arguing, and she texts Nick and she's like, will you kill my mother for me? And this guy apparently has got like split personalities. What he's thinking, his other personality is a vampire that's like 500 years old by the name of Victor. And he was like, oh, well, you have to ask Victor to do it because I would never hurt anybody. So she asked Victor, and they set it up. She sends him the money to get down here. She buys the knife, and he goes in, and she goes to the bathroom, and he kills Dee Dee Blanchard. I mean, he stabs her, and I have mixed emotions about the whole Dee Dee and Gypsy Rose thing because, I mean, this woman had pretty much imprisoned her daughter. And you see it all in the show. But, I mean, there's more to it because, I mean, y'all, I got on YouTube and just typed in Gypsy Rose interviews, and they've got the interrogation of Gypsy Rose, which was, she tried to play dumb, which, I mean, they both set up a story of what they, were going to say, but that didn't go far. Because when the cop had told her her mom was dead, she's like, wait, what? And he's like, no, we're not going down this road. You know what happened. And she plays dumb and blah, blah, blah. She's trying to play innocent. And Nick, which through the trial and everything, he was evaluated. He has what you call autism spectrum disorder at level 2. So he became infatuated and, in my opinion, pretty obsessive with Gypsy. So he did whatever she wanted him to do. And when she said, will you kill my mama? He was like, okay. And, I mean, he killed her. And you can see some of the trial, where Gypsy's on the stand, where psychologists are on the stand. I mean, all kinds of stuff. There's documentaries on YouTube. I know I'm a little late on this whole Gypsy Rose thing because this happened years ago. But if you want something to really look into and get into, like, really interesting, I do suggest The Act. I would watch that first on Hulu with audio description if you're visually impaired. But also, look into the YouTube stuff with the trials and the interviews. I mean, there's the documentary. And they all kind of really tell the story about, because this pretty much with Gypsy started with Dee Dee, like, the day she was born. I mean, just something was always wrong with her. And it's a really sad story. And I hate that Gypsy felt like she had to get Nick to kill her mother. But at the time, she has very little education. She's being held up in this house. And I guess she felt like this was her only way out. And Nick did get life in prison without parole. Uh, I'm not going to comment my opinion too much on that one. I do agree that he deserves life. I'm kind of on the edge of, if I agree that he should be without possibility of parole or a chance, in 30, 40 years. But that's how they did it. Gypsy Rose, she took a plea for second degree murder, and she got 10 years, and she is actually eligible for parole in the year 2024, which is coming up really soon. Now, in my opinion, I don't think she'll get paroled in 2024, but I mean, she could. I mean, good behavior and everything like that. So, really check into this if you like crime and stuff like this and deception, big time. I mean, this would be right up your alley. I loved it. And I mean, like I said, there is a buttload of stuff on YouTube. I mean, Dr. Phil interviews, Dr. Oz. I mean, all kinds. I mean, the interrogations, the trial, everything's online. And it's very easy to get to. So, I hope y'all check it out, and I really hope y'all enjoyed the act. I hope y'all look into the Gypsy Rose trials. It's very interesting. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Don't be blindsided, and we will be back soon. Thanks.